Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Baltimore Orioles and wishing all of you who celebrate it a very Merry Christmas. We're going to be playing through the 2034 season today, and it's going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a season where we really see if our new young players can perform to the level that we expect that they can. Our contention window is by no means closed or even closing at this point, but it's definitely getting shorter. And in particular, it's because despite my best efforts, Jack Leiter keeps getting older. And was he amazing last season? Of course he was. He's still Jack Leiter, but he's also starting to miss a handful of starts each year. And we've also had a very, very difficult time. We've had a very, very difficult time developing more starters. Although, Chris Thomas and maybe even Mathis Lonson should be kind of the next wave of starters. We have money for the first time in our history, a lot of it, but we also have very difficult decisions to make in the very near future. Not the least of which begins with the contracts of players like Danny Moreno and Luis Amaya. So, we need to find out if Jordan Diaz can improve at third. We need to figure out if Doug Smart is going to be worth the money he's going to start wanting. There's a lot of things up in the air right now. The other issue we're going to have to think about is Daniel Corona Jr. Because here's my problem. I actually have a pretty good suspicion he's going to go ahead and not opt out. And if he doesn't opt out, we're going to be overpaying a not very good shortstop. So we might have to make a move to get him off the team by then. We also have Bob Solis, who I'm sure is going to demand a lot of money. There's a lot of money that's going to have to be paid out over the next couple of seasons. I'm not going to get burned by Danny Moreno. I'm going to wait until I see if he has a great second season. But if he does, number one on my list to get an extension in the offseason. That's where we are. Now, in order for this season to really be a success, we need to see a couple of things happen among our offensive players. Jose Santoya continues to produce at a very high level. I have no objections to him whatsoever. He is perfect. This is the rookie year of Victor Salinas. And I know we had Chris Tharp last season. I know we hit 40-plus home runs. But we just couldn't deal with someone who only hit home runs. I'm hoping that Victor Salinas can be our new Luis Garcia. A good contact hitter who plays pretty solid second base. Moreno, we know. Solis, we know. I'm really concerned about Doug Smart. I don't think Doug Smart is good enough to hit 300 or close to it every season. And if he's not, I think we're going to see his value tumble quite a bit. Jordan Diaz. How can he handle a full season at third base? He has all the offensive tools you could want from a third baseman. And he has that potential, but we need to see him capitalize on it this season. I also need to see him get better with third base. His range is crap. That's going to be an issue for us regardless of when we play him. Luis Amaya had an awful rookie season, with the only saving grace being he did show off the elite power that we expected. But that's okay. He's got lots of room to grow, and I want him to have that room to grow. And then Adley Rutschman had possibly the worst season of his career in a while. Can he bounce back? I don't know, but I'm not paying very much to find out, relatively speaking, to his value to the team. One thing I'm going to do right now, I have all this extra money I'm sitting on. I cannot increase my scouting budget. Damn it. They're right. I can't. Are there any free agents I might want to take a stab at? I could get Austin Hendrick back. Boy, did I cut bait on you at the right time. Yeah, I don't really need an Austin Hendrick. Arenado. I am really torn about Arenado, actually. Signing him for one season and letting him... You know, I guess I should give Diaz a chance to struggle first, right? He's earned his spot in the majors. I needed to just see if he can capitalize on it. Any upgrades to the pitching staff? Not really. What do we have up in the future? Well, we have some pretty great relievers. I have a couple of intriguing middle infield prospects percolating in the high minors. I wonder... I want Everman to play the full season in AAA. Otherwise, I'd think about calling up. The important thing that I want to get across right now is that we have a pretty solid depth in the high minors. Even if we lack the elite level players that could push us to the next level in the lower minors, with the exception of John Rivera. And I have no reason not to be patient with Rivera. I still think maybe we're overestimating him just because of his power, but you know what? I'm willing to let him wait. Locke is our great hope. Locke is the last hope for us to have a truly great, well-developed pitching prospect that can fill in. We have Navarez, who we drafted a couple seasons ago and has been really impressive. We've got a lot happening in the high minors, but once you get beyond the top levels, we don't have a lot of elite level prospects. Those prospects are in the majors now. If Castillo slips even a tiny bit, Cullen is taking his job. There's just no getting around that. But I do want Cullen to get a few innings in AAA, especially since his minor league career has been fairly short. Or Castaneda, for instance. Both of them look pretty good. Could Cooper replace Diaz? I don't think so, but he could replace second or short. And I like having him in case there's an injury or something like that. So, we begin the season. We lost our opening start. That's it. Jack Leiter's cut. I'm kidding. Please don't think you're being cut, Jack Leiter. You're my dude. Uh-oh. How did you get worse at defense? Whatever, dude. Oh, no. Jack Leiter? How can you do that to me? Oh, no. If he starts losing velocity... Then all of a sudden, you're not a $40 million starter. You're not even a $20 million starter. Oh, no. That's fine, Doug Smart. That's what I have backup outfielders for. I can handle Dwyer playing right field for a bit. Or he could just, you know, miss 3 weeks. Now, outfield is actually one position I don't feel great about. I don't have much in the way of corner outfielders. Do I? I don't. I don't have anyone that's not a center fielder other than Thomas, who's garbage. I mean, I guess I could just call up Meyer. I mean, he's a brilliant center fielder. I don't see why he couldn't handle right. Maybe let Bobby Dwyer start at right field. And then let Meyer be the backup at the other positions, maybe. I definitely don't want Dwyer hitting 5th, but I don't know who I do want hitting 5th yet, so I'll just let that go for now. And then again, Dwyer fills in at right. Meyer. Okay. Wait, why is Salinas my leadoff guy? Oh, I know why. Because Santoy doesn't bat against left-handed hitters. Because he's not very good at... Or pitchers, rather. He's not very good at it. We're off to a really rough start. Brian Mapp. You're better than Morales, but Morales has a very specific role to fill. Is Castillo having a good season? He's not. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? First of all, I'm going to make you a reliever again. But second of all, I think I'm going to trade Castillo. Like, every time I give him pitching in the minors, he just sucks. And he walks way too many hitters. This is something that a commenter had brought up on one of my videos. I think it was last week, maybe the week before. About, you know, Avi, how do you know how good a reliever is going to be? Because they can be highly rated and still suck. And that's the case with Castillo. Like, he's just been terrible in the major leagues. He's rated a 65. I should expect more out of him, but I just don't have it. Now, I could convert him to an outfielder. His offensive abilities are roughly the same as Bobby Dwyer's. And maybe I just need him to give up on pitching because he's just not good at it. I mean, he instantly becomes garbage, though, is the problem. I think we're better off trading him. So I'm going to offer him up, and I'm going to see what kind of deals we can make off of the back of Jose Castillo. I could get Jose Arenas. There are definitely some unique options here, and some players that I wouldn't mind getting more info. I'm going to remove anyone that's not considered a prospect, though. Marco Orridales is a fireballing reliever with great control and very good stuff. Anthony Champion. What did I just get through saying, right? I got through saying we don't have a lot of corner in outfield prospects. Anthony Champion looks mighty tasty as a quality corner outfield prospect. I'm just checking to see if there's not like a super elite level prospect that I'm just missing. Velasquez is, holy shit, is he a great hitter? Potentially. He can't field the position very well, but he'd be a nice project. Steve Reese is just Castillo again. Franklin Escobar is quite frankly, get it, a very good hitter. That's not a great outfielder, but Escobar might have just beaten Champion in the I need a corner outfield sweepstakes. Let me take another look at Champion. I mean, he is a champion. It's literally his name. That certainly should not be discounted in analyzing whether we want him or not. He's a little better defense. You know what? Oh, I can't compare, can I? Maybe I can. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look, it remembered that I wanted Escobar. What a guy. All right. Batting ratings. Both of you have pretty dramatic platoon splits. You struggle to hit right-handed pitching, and you struggle to hit left-handed pitching. No, actually, you both struggle against left-handed pitching. Okay. Escobar is much faster and hits for much better contact. You hit for more power, though, and you've got a better batting eye. So, okay. There are those things. Defensively. Champion is just better defensively, apart from his arm strength. I'm really tempted by Champion, actually. Here's what makes the difference for me. Champion's got the great batting eye. He reminds me a lot of Mountcastle. What was Mountcastle's first name? Ryan. I couldn't remember for a second there. And that he's got loads of gap power, great discipline, and he's going to hit for a decent average. And apart from his stint with High A Lynchburg, he's hit for 250 or above every year in the minors. I think he needs a full season at AAA, but I think he could be a very helpful player for my team. So I'm going to take him. And I'm going to see if I can get you to throw in another prospect, but you're probably going to tell me to go to hell. Because that's what I would do, in all honesty. A guy like Sunakura, I really like you. And you're raw. I wonder what would it take to get Mr. Kura as well. Not very much. Not very much at all. Is there another prospect I found disappointing that I might want to move on from? Oh, no, that's interesting. Navarez is better than Rivera. I could probably afford to trade one of you, but I'm not sure which one yet. Here, take Joe Arriola. No. You're really struggling at second base. If I gave you a good second base prospect, Greg Kastner. No, that doesn't move the needle for you. Okay. Then I'm just not going to get greedy. I'm just going to take Champion. And see if maybe there's like a down range starting pitcher I could maybe acquire. Yes? No? No. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, because Castillo just couldn't handle the major leagues in Baltimore. And maybe improving my minor league depth and adding another good corner outfielder is going to pay off for us. Holy shit, we suck this season. I'm going to send Meyer back to the minors. I'm going to call up Doug Smart. And then Smart, you're going to bat where Bobby Dwyer does, and Dwyer's going to go back to being an elite backup. What is going on this season? Why do we look so terrible? Is it just because Jack Leiter is pitching worse? I mean, it's only like 100 at bat, so I don't want to rush to judgment. But we're like genuinely bad. Yeah, my entire rotation is pitching like garbage. The whole team is really struggling from top to bottom. The only thing we're great at is stealing bases, which I guess is nice, but we're also one of the worst defenses in the majors. Who's fucking up defensively? Fielding ratings. No, not ratings. Stats. There you go. Diaz, Salinas, and Corona Jr. Only my middle infielders are all doing badly. Alright. We're going to check things again at the end of May. Because I don't want to make any hasty judgments, especially when we're not that far out of a playoff spot. But we're making moves if this continues. Salinas got worse. Diaz got better, though. Hoskins got a tiny bit better. Kessler. Any other big changes? Not really. Okay. And then we're going to sim up to the end of May. And then I'll make some decisions about this team. It's not like the tour through history, right? We have time and we have depth, both of which are problems elsewhere. Oh dear. Broke his cheekbone. Let's get you recovered. And let's go ahead. Oh no, you've got to be shitting me. My Cooper is injured too. Alright, what we're going to do then, because Cooper is the only player I would trust to take over at third for a lengthy time. I'm going to sim 3 days. 1, 2, 3. Because I can take him off the DL now, right? And I know he's maybe not ready to start yet, but I'm going to go ahead and set Cooper at third, but I'm also going to tell Cooper I'm going to bench you for a week and hope that you've recovered. I'll go ahead and bench him for 7 days. So why am I doing it this way? That way, once he's had a chance to recover, I can hopefully let him just pop in there, and I don't want Cooper batting that high. You know what, Tyler Brown, you can bat second. How are you doing offensively, Mr. Brown? Not great. Well, that's fine. Alright. And then we're going to sim to the end of the May. The end of the May. What am I talking about? Mr. Ricasio, I don't really have a spot for you. Do I? You're arguably better than Brian Mapp or Steve Sadler. You're arguably better than Hirschauer. I'm going to go ahead and let you pitch in AAA, though. Oh, I do got to put you on the 40-man, don't I? For now, Mr. Ricasio, just go ahead and take a rehab assignment. Okay, Bernal, you can't be trusted as a starting pitcher anymore. You're only rated as a 40 overall now. I'm not sure why, but you are. So I need to upgrade it in the rotation. Is it... No, it's not Stadler time. It's never Stadler time. Yikes. Now that Hirschauer's overall skill has dropped a bit, maybe I can get him to sign for less money. Like, he's dropped a fair bit, right? This might be a good chance to get him to take a decent... No? Okay. Do I have another starter on this team that I would trust? Oh, I know what I was going to check. Alright. You're utter garbage, Corona. I need to get rid of you. I know I'm probably not going to get much for you, if anything, but I need you to not be there anymore. I'm getting better offers than I thought I would. You know what, Angel Rubio? Welcome to the Baltimore Orioles. I'm sorry, but I'm not letting a hitter that's that bad play on my team. Where's Everman? Did fucking Everman get injured? Oh my god, why, game? Why? Alright. I will just let the AI do its thing for a week. And as soon as Everman is healthy, I'm calling him up to be my shortstop. And one. Alright, Mike Everman. You're the new starting shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles. Like, I can't handle a shortstop that can't hit or field. And he was also very, very expensive. So I will more than happily turn a shortstop over to a new player. Salinas is hitting, and he's not the worst at second base. So yeah, I'm sorry if the fans are sad that we got rid of Danny Corona Jr., but I had to do it. I didn't have another option. And I was really, really worried that he would sign a new... keep his contract with me, which is something I can't afford right now. How's the rest of the team doing? Solis is great. Smart is great. Salinas is great. Santoya is great. You know what, Amaya? I will take this every day of the week. I don't need you to hit 300. I just need you to hit close to 250. That's what I want from you. This is very nice. Poor Adley Rushman is really, really struggling. Are you playing badly at catcher? You're not. You're still showing decent defense. So you're not the reason that my entire pitching staff has just been not as good this season. Is there any help on the way in terms of upgrading our rotation? Omoviska, maybe? If I made you a starter, what would you look like? You'd be a 45 out of 55. It's better than a 40 out of 40. Omoviska, you're now my fourth starter. And then Bernal, you're going to be long relief emergency starter. You're just better as a reliever. I think your experiment has to be considered a failure. Oh, even better. You now make Morales obsolete. You know what? Specialist. And now I can finally get rid of Morales, which... or at least waive him. And then I can call up Ocasio. And he can be a great middle reliever for us. I'm going to extend Dozier to being long relief as well as middle, just because. Alright. Is Dan Omoviska going to be an elite starter for us? Probably not. Is he going to be better than Bernal? Almost certainly. What is your deal, my friend? Are you being victimized by bad defense, or are you just not pitching that well? Little from column A, little from column B. But you're the fifth starter. If I just give you room to grow, I can accept that for now. Willett's not that great either. I could definitely use some upgrades to the rotation. Thomas got better. That's lovely. Yeah, Lighter's starting to crater. Oh dear. Salinas is getting better. Moreno's getting better. Amaya's getting a little better. Smart's contact is improving. Locke is getting worse for no real reason, which doesn't make me happy. Smart is having a great season. And Salinas got Rookie of the Month. Very nice. Yeah, on the whole, I'm pleased with the lineup. I'm just not pleased with the rotation. Alright, I'm going to bump Amaya up in the lineup. I think he's earned at least being the number 6 hitter. And then Cooper's just playing until What's-His-Face is healthy again. Is there something in the minors we could trade for help with the rotation? Maybe? How long has Hoskins been in AAA? He's pitched quite a bit, right? Is Hoskins the solution to my rotation problem? His movement isn't great, right? Which makes him a troubling prospect, to say the least. But other than that, he's got all the tools to be a top-notch Major League starter. I just don't like this low movement. Because I'm worried he'll get lit up. But it's better than Willett walking everyone, right? I mean, okay, it looks like maybe he's having trouble keeping the ball on the ground, and our defense isn't as good as it's been in the past. I get all that, but maybe we just leave it alone for a bit and see what we can turn up in terms of... Look, I want Willett to play his way out of the role, if that makes sense. I don't want him to be... Yeah, the 31st pick, so I'm not going to get anything truly spectacular in the draft, and that's fine. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Alright. John Banda. If your control improved, you'd be a pretty decent starter. We have Luis Alvarez, the pretty okay catcher with a pretty okay bat. Did I intentionally set this to go up in 5s? I think I did. Steve the Cunningham. No thanks. Fazio. Again, intriguing, but... I think Banda is their way to go. I truly do. And especially if he improves his control, I'm going to draft Banda. I'm a sad Banda. Matt Folau. I like this too. Yeah. Let's get us some college era pitchers. Yeah, Manny Castillo wants a shit ton of money to sign. I'm not convinced he's worth it. Here we go. You want to take Chris Saunders? Let's take Chris Saunders. Manny Castillo could be such a good hitter. I'm going to take him with my 4th round pick, and we'll see if he's willing to sign with us. Sandy Coe is not great. Jerry Bridwell at least plays 3 positions well. I will take Coe for free, however. And then I think I'm confident to let Nathan do the rest of my scouting for me. Like, Banda has the capability of being a pretty damn solid pitcher. I have $52 million to sign contracts. I can have Castillo if I want him. Here, you want $7 million? Have $7 million. I don't have anything better to spend the money on this season. Or do I? Or do I? I guess I never considered signing a starter off of the free agent list, but maybe I should have. I mean, Greg Detweiler is not that great. I can maybe offer you a minor league deal. Yeah, there ain't nothing here I want. Okay. Yeah, if we're going to make a significant improvement to our rotation, it's going to have to come from within. It's going to have to come from a promotion or an existing pitcher just pitching better. Lonson is on the right track. Because his strikeout rate is what's going to be his meal ticket. As long as he can keep that very high, he's got a chance to be a truly exceptional starting pitcher. And I'm certainly not going to give up on him that quickly. And Castillo signed. Lovely. Logan Davidson is a bad catcher. I will pass, thank you. Mookie Betts hit his 600th home run. Very nice. Dang, Dan Omoviska is now an all-star, as is Sean Dozier and Brendan Hirschauer. I don't know why it's Hirschauer. He actually hasn't been that great. Solis, Santoya, Smart, Moreno. Very nice. Lots of all-stars. Who are my prospects? Tim Locke, Chris Brandt, and no hitters. That's reasonable, I suppose. I wonder. All right. We're shifting gears, my friends. I think I need someone else to be the closer. Because Hirschauer is on pace for only 20 saves, and he's really getting lit up. Oh, his home run rate is through the roof. Okay. You know what we're going to do instead? I'm just going to change your usage patterns, and I'm going to swap the two of you, actually. I want Andy Neal coming in a little bit earlier on in the game. And then I'm going to put Sean Dozier as used more often. See if that gets us where we need to get. I'll check that out in a second. Are any of my minor leaguers that good? No, I'm at 16th. Huh, Steve Hoskins, or Sonny Hoskins got a no-no in there. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright. Cooper is bad. That will eventually be fixed when we get what's-his-face back? Diaz? Heart of the Order looks good. Moreno's basically going to just copy his first season. I'd like to see him step forward a bit more, but I'm not upset about it. Amaya's a major contributor to the team now, which is excellent news. And he still has lots of room to grow also. Yeah, Cooper's the real issue right now. And even he has some benefit offensively because he is hitting homers at a pretty high clip. It's the rotation, and it's Willett in particular. I'm going to trade Willett. Here's why. With this control being this low, everything else has to go perfectly for him to be a great starter. And I just don't see that happening for him, to be quite frank. And I know he just came through for us last season with a pretty solid pitching season, but I think we're really being held back by Willett's performance this season. Then again, his FIP is a run lower than his ERA. Are we still having defensive issues? It looks like we are. Please tell me Everman's at least performing well. That's why I have him. He's okay. Fuck. Salinas, I needed league average defense, and you're depriving me even of that. Come on, dude. This is not okay. If you cost me a win in the field and make my ground ballers worse, you make my pitching staff worse. Now, Cooper is part of the issue, and Cooper is going to be replaced, but unfortunately, Cooper is supposed to be a good third baseman. Diaz isn't. Yeah, defense is a bit of an issue for us. But I'm just worried about Willett ever being a good pitcher. You are what I tell you you are, you asshole. Some nice improvements. I like seeing some of this. I just don't like seeing all of this. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. I think we trade Willett and call up Hoskins. I think that's where we are in our development as a team. Because here's the thing. With Willett's control being so terrible, I think, honestly, his 2033 is a fluke. I really do. I don't think he can replicate this effort again without legendary defenses behind him. And he's also not keeping the ball on the ground, which is kind of his entire job. He's just getting hit harder. And so I think I'm going to trade Willett and see what we can get for him. Can I get a third baseman, actually? I kind of want a veteran third baseman and then let Diaz play the rest of the season in AAA. You're not very good. Velasquez, you're about as good as Cooper. I could pick up Jordan Walker, but his contract is redonkulous. I don't want that. I could get Ricky Armanetta, actually. Oh, you've got terrible range. Never mind. Absolutely not. Nice try, though. Michael Braswell, you don't play third. I could get Corona Jr. back. Of course, you would be delighted to hand him to me. No thanks. Mike Hutton, I like you as a prospect. I just don't like you as a player for right now. And I'm not taking that giant contract. Sam here could be a decent third baseman, but is he marginal? Is he significantly better than Cooper? I don't think so. I want someone who's better right now, not someone who might be better in a couple of years. Absolutely not. House is a decent third baseman, but the problem is all I'm being offered is people that aren't demonstrably better than Cooper. Or players with redonkulously huge contracts. Braswell doesn't play third, does he? I kind of wish I'd pulled the trigger on Arenado earlier. Okay. So if I can't get that, I'm going to switch to prospects. I'm just going to get the very best player that I can. Eric Sosa, maybe. Nate Ledette, maybe. I also don't want to trade in the AL. I want to trade in the NL if I can manage it. You are not a 70 potential. Not with that skill set. You're a very good first baseman, but you're also a position that I've got tons of players at already. I'm looking for the Blues right now. John Diaz. You're a very good relief pitcher. That is true. Jose Marroquin. Really good power. There's my old pal, Steve Reese. Reese is a really good relief pitcher, too. Mike Burrows is an outstanding defensive shortstop who doesn't hit. There's value in that, I suppose. Ethan Gabriel. No. It would just be Willett again. If you would give me Burrows and Reese, I would make this trade. I don't think you will, but that's what I would do for this trade. I don't want Gordon. Give me Reese. Will you give me both of these players? He needs to think about it. You know what? Think about it. He'll take the deal. If that's the case, do it. Do I want to give Stadler a chance to pitch in the rotation? No, because Stadler's sucking it up as just a pitcher. So instead I'm going to give that opportunity to Hoskins. Actually, I think I'm just going to get rid of Stadler. Because he's superfluous now that I have Reese. Any good prospect, and you can have Stadler, so I don't have to deal with his whining ass. Sure. And now I've got a roster spot for Steve Reese, and I've got... I guess I'll just put you on the 40-man because I have to, and then I'll send you to AAA. And then Reese, you're going to be my long reliever. / emergency starter. And then I'm going to tell you to start Lonzon because everyone else is tired. We'll figure something out. Maybe Bernal will just have to take a start. I don't know. All right, Mike Cooper, you're going back to the minors. I'm going to reactivate Jordan Diaz. And then we'll see how the rest of the season goes. Minier's not better than Everman. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to check personnel. First of all, minor leaguers never leave. You know that's the rule. My hitting coach. Do I have anyone on my current team that does well with patience? Jordan Diaz, actually. Yeah, I might actually just go ahead and let him walk. Mr. Romine. I mean, I've scored 800 runs in 2 of the last 3 seasons, but I scored 700 runs last season, or the season before. I think I can probably improve my offensive output by getting a better hitting coach. Yeah, we're actually kind of bad this season. And I think we just need to sit tight and see how things improve over the second half of the season. Like, you know what? I certainly would not complain if we had an actual decent draft pick for once. You are hilarious if you think I'm going to take that off your hands. I mean, I hope it stops raining soon. It's been raining all day. Nope. Okay, seriously, stop offering me every player on your roster until I say yes. Okay, well, that's this season over with. What the hell, Lighter? Alright, who's next man up in the rotation? Do I really have to promote Bernal again? You know what? No. I'm gonna activate Cullen. And I'm gonna have Bernal be the starter for the rest of the season, I guess. Why did I just make you emergency starter long relief? You're not good at either of those things. Are you? You're not terrible. Yeah, you can be a long reliever too. And I can make both of you emergency starters as we need them. Hirschauer's a big problem too, though. Like, I know the defense wasn't great this season, but Hirschauer is not a closer. He gave me 2 good seasons at the position, but he'd better change his damn tune if he thinks he's getting a big deal. Which he's not. Spoiler alert. I think Andy Neal needs to be demoted. Let's make Brian Mapp my 7th inning setup guy and just bump you to middle relief. What changed this season for you? Oh, good lord, you're walking everybody. Yeah. Oh, well. Poor Jack Leiter. I'm not even giving you $27 million a year, Leiter. I'm sorry. You're my dude. I love you. I want you to be great, but I can't afford it. I don't need bullpen help, but thank you for the offer, Cincinnati. Would you quit? Quit injuring my damn relief pitcher, my pitchers. Castaneda, next man up. Just as I give Brian Mapp a bigger bloody role. You're gonna hit me up with that nonsense. Go ahead and pitch middle relief, Castaneda. I was gonna do something else. What else was I gonna do? I was gonna do a thing. I was gonna check on my team trainer. No, he's supposed to be great at preventing arm injuries, so I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm actually in a weird position. I think I'm actually a seller. Stop offering me every crappy shortstop in the majors. I've got a crappy shortstop. His name is Mike Everman. Diaz should be hitting above Amaya for now, but maybe that'll change in the future. We don't deserve Doug Smart. I had no idea he would be this good. Solis is having a good season. Not as good as his last one, but still pretty good. Our lineup is not the issue. It's our rotation, which went from being one of the best in the majors to one of the worst. Is Salinas that much of a liability in the field? I don't think so. What about Everman? Is he at least playing well? He's not. Maybe I do need a new shortstop. Woof. Here's the thing. I'm 10 games out of first. I am in position for a fairly good draft pick, potentially top 10. And yeah. Hirschauer, I think you've torched your value this season. This was a bad season to be a bad pitcher. And yes, you've been victimized partially by not having exemplary defense, but our defense bailed you out the last couple of seasons. So you need to suck less, dude. Oh my god, stop. Stop. Why did I get flagged in this one? Are you on my short list? Huh. Well, there you are then. Is there anyone I want to trade, though? Of all my players who are eligible for possible arbitration, who would be the best one to trade? It's Dwyer, right? Like, Dwyer is a pretty decent all-around outfielder who is not worth $3 million a year. He just isn't. Chris Thomas. Yes. 1-year deal. Done. Hirschauer, my dude. Oh, you don't even want to talk to me. I'm going to trade Hirschauer. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I think trading Dwyer is the best choice of all the players I might want to trade this season. And then we can get involved in free agency in a big way next season. Maybe try to upgrade our rotation. Maybe make some changes there. I'm going to trade Dwyer and see what I can get in terms of prospects for him. Nothing. Okay. Then I guess I'm not trading Dwyer and I'm just going to non-tender him. Franklin Gomez. No, thank you. And hey, let's just kill all of our starters this season. Doesn't that sound amazing? Right. Someone. Anyone. Do I have anybody at all who could be a starting pitcher? Is it time to send Tim Locke to the major leagues, despite him not doing great in Double-A? No. I will send you to Triple-A, though. Bernardi. Congratulations. Someone has to be my backup starter. Okay, we have absolutely no rotation this season. Everything that could have gone wrong with our rotation has, in fact, gone wrong. I mean, I guess Chris Thomas has... No, Chris Thomas has been garbage, too. I'm not sure why. Is he just a ground baller that's been victimized by this defense? Maybe. This is our first time in a while that we're going to miss the playoffs, actually. Fans are happy about Chris Thomas. Hirschauer continues to get worse. Locke gets a little bit better. Jordan Lara gets better. Okie dokie. Like, I know I'm only 10 games out, right? But it's just not likely that we're going to make enough of a bounce back to make the playoffs this season. Would you fucking stop, game? Leave my pitchers alone. Leiter's losing even more. Oh god, his stuff is gone. Oh dear. Alright. First thing that's happening at the end of this season, as much as it saddens me, I'm opting out of his contract. I have to. His injuries have ravaged his once amazing abilities, which really makes me sad. But I'm going to try to bring him back on a shorter deal, or maybe like just... God damn it, game. Stop. I guess it is time for Tim Locke, because I have literally no one else I can even think about starting. So yeah, Tim Locke, congratulations. Welcome to the majors. I'm sure your arm will blow out 3 seconds into the season. Like, come on, game. Give me a freaking break. Victor Salinas actually was hitting 21 straight games. Neat. What the fuck? Guys, this is completely and utterly absurd. That every starter is getting injured. There's no reason for it. There's no reason other than the game has decided that I've been too good for too long and they want to shoot my team in the foot. I don't even know who's going to start. I genuinely don't know who I can call upon to be like, here, you know what, Sean Dozier, you've had a great season. Let's ruin your arm too. And then I can just call up any reliever I want. Rubio, no. Brandt, yes. No, we'll call up Rubio. It's fine. Like, game, this needs to stop fucking happening. You need to chill the fuck out and stop injuring my starters every second you can. It's just so absurd that this all happens all at the same time. Where the team trainer's supposed to be good at this, right? You're supposed to be good at preventing arm injuries, and yet everyone's getting hurt every 3 seconds. It's like, come on. Give me a damn break. I'm going to win just enough games to fuck me out of a good draft pick, aren't I? I think that's what's happening here. No playoffs for me this season. Is this the first time I missed the playoffs in a few seasons? No, we didn't make the playoffs in 2032 either. Well, nobody's brilliant every season, but this is just the RNG saying "fuck you, Avi." I don't know any other way to say it. that they're just like, you know what's not going to happen for you this season? You're not going to have any healthy pitchers. I literally had one pitcher pitch the entire season, which was Chris Thomas. And he had the worst season of his career as a starter. And if you want to tell me, hey, Avi, you should have a better defense, I don't disagree with you, and that's something I need to address in the offseason. But the entire pitching staff was garbage. Top to bottom. Nothing about this pitching staff was good this season. Sonny Hoskins had a really rough major league debut because he gave up home runs like they were going out of style. Let's take a look at the offense. Danny Moreno turned in another great season. He is the heart of this team, and all we just need is for him to hit a few more home runs, and he'll be one of the top players in the majors, if he's not already, and he might very well be. Luis Amaya's second campaign was exceptional. He was a very good center fielder who hit the ball real hard. Victor Salinas capitalized on his major league potential in his very first season. His defense wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst either. Doug Smart did cool off toward the end of the season, but he still provided us with capable offense. Bob Solis had another outstanding offensive season, although it was worse than last season. I'm not sure why. What did he do differently? I don't know. He was still great, though. Don't get me wrong. He was just a DH, which is going to tank some of his value. Tyler Brown was a good hitter. Jordan Diaz proved that he can handle himself at third base. Again, not a great defender. Everman was my only good middle infielder, and even then he still made some errors. We could use a tremendous defender to tie this whole lineup together, I think. Either at probably at shortstop. Shortstop's, I think, the one area we can really afford an upgrade in. Now, here's what's more disconcerting. It's Santoya. This is not good. What happened? Did you let him bat against left-handed hitting again? You didn't. He was actually pretty good against it this season. Yeah, he was just, on the whole, not as good at hitting. How irritating. Especially given how much money he's due in the years to come. Like, he was still decent. I'm not mad, but he was much worse than he's ever been before. What was your BABIP like this season? Just about the same. I don't know what your deal is this season, Santoya, but you just weren't as good. Like, period. Were you also bad defensively? No, you were actually okay. Alright, so our infield defense was subpar. I don't deny that. What I do, however, deny is that the offensive was the problem this season. Because I saw the number 2 offense in Major League Baseball, and my team led the league in batting average. We were 5th in homers. We were an elite offense once again, but our pitching staff melted down pretty spectacularly. Our elite closer, allegedly, was garbage this season. Tyler Brown was the only pitcher who was decent all season. Just as a pitching staff, we did badly. So I'm afraid, Mr. Espada, I think I'm going to fire you. Oh no, you're okay. Here's Peter Woodworth. This is not a great look, Peter. Maybe you've been my pitching coach for too long. Or maybe this is just one of those seasons where everyone just doesn't pitch well. You're on notice, Woodworth. If I don't see an improvement, you're gone. Andrew Romine, I'm going to replace you. No, my offense was great this year. Come on back, Romine. I can't stay mad at you. Right. We need to fix the rotation. That's our first, second, third, fourth, and maybe only duty next season. Nice. Moreno finished second in Batter War. Oh, joy. I can have Rocky Bernal back. That's going to fix my fucking problems. Game. Great. Let me have my players off the DL now. That's amazing. Oh, the Phillies won the World Series. Good for them. Go for it. Why do I care about Eric Kirkbride? Oh, you were on my draft guys list at one point. That explains it. Hey, my old pal Emerson Hancock has retired to enter a PhD program at Brown. Very nice. Jack Leiter, you're my dude. Void. I can't pay a pitcher that much who's not that good. Ooh, check out this. We now have designated hitter in the National League in 2034, which would make it easy for me to set my lineup, right? I'm not upset about that at all. Okay. So, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed next season. Like, a lot. Oh, dear. I'm not going to look at arbitration yet. We got some hard choices to make next season. But, yikes. Our lineup was amazing. Like, every hitter, except for Everman, was above and beyond what we wanted from our offense. Our defense was maybe a little bit subpar. I won't deny that. But I will deny the idea that that's why we sucked this season. How did Rushman end up doing? He basically did another season like last year, but with even less power. Yeah. I'm probably going to opt out of your deal, Rushman. I think I need a new catcher at some point in the very near future. Right. I'm also getting full up on 40-man spots. I'm going to have some choices to make in the off-season, I think. Or just maybe non-tender some people. Yeah, Dwyer is an unnecessary luxury for this team. I thank you for your service in 2031, but other than that, you have not done anything to convince me that you need a big arbitration deal. Or even that it's worth keeping you over someone like, say, Meyer or Green. Either of whom are overall better hitters than you are. I also have too many pitchers. We're going to have to figure some stuff out with that, too. But not right now. Josh Rhodes. I can very easily say you don't need to be on my 40-man, but we'll worry about that later. I'm not only not going to give him his $10 million, I'm going to freaking non-tender Hirschauer, because he's delusional if he thinks he's worth $10 million a season when he's walking everyone that comes up to the plate. Like, yeah, the dude gave up homers like they were going out of style this season, but you're a ground baller, and this is the first time in your entire career you've actually kept the ball on the ground. Pass. Someone else can deal with your garbage. I will not. So next season, we're going to basically be remodeling the entire pitching staff. With the exception of Chris Thomas, possibly Lonzon, and possibly Locke. Locke had a pretty great handful of major league starts. Maybe he deserves to just make the roster in spring training. We'll see what I do with Locke. But yeah, we've got to get some starters in spring training, or in free agency for sure. One thing I do want to do before I end the episode. Ooh, Danny boy. All right. I'm going to give you your player opt-out at the end of year 5. And then I am going to change these last 2 years to team options. Look, let's be realistic. In 2044, he's only going to be 34. Would you take this deal? You would. Do I want this deal? I do. Do it. Moreno is too good. He's too critical to our success. I'm going to give him that big contract. It could bite us on the ass, but if it does, it does. We're actually reaching the end of my 20 years managing, and I said that's as long as I wanted to manage one team. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to see me keep going with the Orioles, even past the 20-year mark, or if you'd like to see me try out a new team. Maybe see if we can build a new team from the ground up again. That could be fun. Anyway, though, do share your thoughts in the comments down below. Until next time, though, this has been Indian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.